This is ITV News with Tom Bradley.
Good evening. A city that has become all too familiar with terrorism is in the grip of yet another security lockdown tonight. A policeman was shot dead in his car on the most famous boulevard in Paris, the Champs-Élysées, 3 days before France prepares to start choosing a new president. 2 other officers were injured. The gunman, who was known to the security services, was himself shot dead. It looks like he had an accomplice. Tourists staying nearby have, not surprisingly perhaps, been ordered to stay in their hotels. And tonight, the iconic avenue is illuminated with the flashing lights of rows of emergency vehicles as police try to shine a light on who was behind this attack and what their motives might have been. I should warn you, there is a distressing image in our report tonight.
In the very heart of Paris, French police rushed to the scene of an attack on some of their own. Eyewitness reports speak of 2 attackers, at least one armed with a Kalashnikov, opening fire on a police vehicle, hitting 3 policemen in the middle of the evening rush amid the shops and restaurants of the Champs-Élysées. Police say one of their wounded colleagues has subsequently died. Police returned fire, shooting at least one of the gunmen. These pictures, shot from the doorway of a nearby shop, show the wounded attacker lying on the street, a policeman standing over him, waiting for the arrival of an ambulance.
On se dirige vers la voiture et à ce moment-là, en fait,
I heard 2 or 3 gunshots, but I didn't realise straight away that they were shot. I looked around and everyone was panicking. Everyone was running down the Champs-Élysées, and we started running too.
Armed police have moved very quickly to block the Champs-Élysées. The place has been completely evacuated. There are now soldiers on this, the principal thoroughfare through Paris. More police vehicles are arriving every minute. France is still under a state of emergency since the attacks of last year. Troops on the streets are no longer an unusual sight in the French capital. Sadly, nor is it unusual for them to be called on nights like tonight to secure the scene of another attack. All along the Champs-Élysées, shoppers and tourists had taken shelter in any available building, fearful this may have been just the start of something worse. It was an hour or more before police began to move them to safety. One small group followed by another. Police sources suggest the dead gunman was known to them. They were already said to be searching his home in the east of Paris. A high visibility target in the very centre of the capital, with a presidential election just days away. There is no confirmation yet that this was a terror attack, but the authorities here think that it looks very like one.
James joins us now from Paris. James, this is obviously a fast-moving story tonight. What more can you tell us at this point?
We've just been moved right the way back up the Champs-Élysées from where the incident happened. We're now right by the Arc de Triomphe. That is because the police are checking now the vehicle that the gunman arrived in and are obviously concerned by something they may have found there. President Hollande has just addressed the French people. He said that while not 100% confirming it's a terror attack, that this is terrorist in nature, and that equates with what we know about the fact that gunmen had been flagged as an extremist. They described the weapon he used as a military weapon, and that equates with the Kalashnikov that our eyewitnesses spoke of. And they've issued an arrest warrant for a second man who they believe travelled by train from Belgium to Paris. All this in the middle, of course, of the final stages of voting preparations for voting in the presidential election on Sunday. Francois Fillon and Marine Le Pen have both cancelled all campaign events for tomorrow. Emmanuel Macron, the favourite, he might do the same. He's got 2 rallies scheduled. But clearly, whoever planned and carried this out were well aware there was an election here. There had been an incident in Marseille with 2 arrests just 2 days ago as well. This is probably not coincidental.
Okay, James, thank you very much indeed. And if you want to follow this through the night, we'll keep our website updated. Now, back here, Jeremy Corbyn would not